Here we are, almost as fast as the blink of an eye. 365 days ago, we greeted 2017 with broad smiles and open hearts. But now it's come to a resounding end. With 12 months of pure prophetic life-guided trajectory, 52 weeks of the focus of God's very own eye, and 8,765 hours of pure heaven on earth. The year of greater life. Let's take a swift journey through some of the highlights of this magnificent year. To begin with, our crossover night into 2017 began with our father, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa, releasing the theme for the year of greater life, to the rapturous jubilation of us all.
So this year has now come to an end, and look at you, you're still around, you're alive. We didn't bury you. It means that this coming year again, we shall not bury you. 2017, our theme is going to be very simple but very powerful. And this theme, you are going to handle it, you are going to test it. It is the year of greater life. Give him praise, give him praise. Oh, yes. My God. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
It is always a moment in time when Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa stands and releases the intention of God for the year to come. The year began with the demonstration of that greater life given to those who were at the precipice of death, lifeless victims of attack by the enemy. They took their stretcher beds and walked like they had never done before. Prophetic indeed of the revival work that this year was bringing to all the sectors of our lives, our nations and our affairs through the hand of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa.
What is happening here is just phenomenal. Yeah. Number one, the number of miracles taking place at the same time.
Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Look at that.
My God, this is unbelievable.
Look at that.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, people of God.
Look at that, look at that.
People of God, it is as if some power has just come all over these people. They were lying here lifeless. But as soon as the man of God entered into this section, this is inexplicable, people of God. It's inexplicable.
2017 was off to a resounding start with the launch of the Blessing Covenant Week. A week where Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa taught us about the power of our seed for sowing, erecting altars, and opening the floodgates of heaven over our lives. Insight and revelation like we had never heard before. Secrets of old that govern prosperity in the realm of the spirit, translating into the physical, tangible realm. 7 days with Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. A fully fledged college of insight from God Himself. We knew God was up to something in our lives by the tone that He began with. We partnered with God on 3 major projects. the Sunningdale School, where at the groundbreaking ceremony, the name was revealed, Ruthdale High School, named after prophetess Ruth Makandiwa.
As we intend to move to the most important feature of this program, which is the groundbreaking, allow me to say that our education department, led by Pastor Manyika, has come up with a name for this institution that you see here. After a lot of deliberations amongst themselves, they've come up with a name, Ruthdale High School. Sunningdale, this is your school, Ruthdale High School. Now you may be wondering, we go to Ruthdale, it means a ruler. So once somebody comes here for education, that person is not an ordinary person. They have to be a ruler of one kind or another.
Construction is underway as we speak. The ChristTv studios and the United Family International Church South Africa Convention Center. Several regions in Zimbabwe were subjected to torrent floods, and in response to the destruction of the livelihoods of the affected families, Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa, through her Agape Family Care charity arm, gave relief to over 1,000 individuals through a food relief scheme in the affected areas. Malusungane, Dumba, Chabeta and Ropembe, amongst others.
The vision of Agape Family Care is to take God's love to the nations. As Agape Family Care, for us to take God's love to the nations, we are privileged as Agape Family Care to be connected to a woman who has been made a custodian of God's love, a container and a distributor of the love of God. Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa. Today we are here because the love of God has sent us here. Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa has sent us here. We are here to distribute the love of God. I would like us all to appreciate the woman of God, Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa, who is a faithful custodian of the love of God. And we are happy as Agape Family Care to be distributors of God's love, which is found in our mother, Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa.
Further on, we entered into the Greater Life Revival Conference. Initially a 5-day conference, but it turned into a 7-day power-packed revival extravaganza that exponentially overflowed into weekly deliverance sessions at the Life Haven Sanctuary. From June through to the end of the year, it was a week like we have never seen before, like we have never heard before, like we could not have ever imagined or dreamed of. It put an abrupt end to the forces of the enemy hanging on to our physical bodies, retarding our growth, efficiency, and prosperity. A fully fledged war was embarked on, and it was fierce. Manifestations of every measure, quenched by the limitless power of God, flowing mightily through Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. The Life Haven Sanctuary was the flagship battleground where all issues were met and resolved by the power of God through his friend, the great prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa.
On your screen response, look at that for a posture. This would have to take decades of practice to achieve. Watch the aggression. Oh. witness that for aggression. Look at that. People of God, in the physical, this is a man who will squeeze the life out of you instantly. Let's watch that for a manifestation. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. The speed. Look at that.
With a melody, you surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemy till all my fears are gone. I'm no longer a slave to fear.
Where's she going?
Just look at that. Look at that facial expression.
Just witness the torment written all over the face. What the demon is.
From my mother's womb,
The power of God is amazing. Watch that for a stance. Watch that for a stance.
call my name.
Look at that. Witness the level of aggression.
To our family, your blood flows through my.
Just look at that.
I'm no longer.
Witness the aggression. Do better.
Leave him. Let's see.
As is the vision of Agape Family Care, to provide for the needs of the less privileged in our society. They provided bursaries and school fees for tens of hundreds of students throughout the year, from tertiary right down to primary school, with their academic and living expenses fully taken care of, along with widows and orphans who are being fully provided for on a monthly basis. As is Prophetess Ruth Makandiwa's championing message, Inspired to Love. The woman of God throughout this year continued to minister to those in need, and in Nyanga, more than 200 families received food relief in rural areas. This was in collaboration with the health department and staff. In celebration of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa's birthday, they gave free consultation and medical operations to more than 1,200 individuals in the same Nyanga area. The presence of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa in the nation of Zimbabwe has brought massive shift in the political, social, and economic climate of this country. He prophesied concerning the entire shift that has gone on in the nation and continues to do so concerning the direction of the country and its people. We are blessed to be witnesses of the voice and hand of God leading the nations in this day and age. Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. That greater life revival has come. We are now entering into a year that many wished they could have seen, but God's hand has championed the way. 2018, here we come.